Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about the pros and cons of Apex Investing binary and spread scanner and how it interacts with Nadex. So before I start, I am not an affiliate of Nadex nor Apex, and I'm not paid to create this video or to give this video. I started using Apex Investing's free scanner last week. So I've had all of last week and I'm still testing it this week. I've been using the binary and spread trader. I am a Nadex trader for the last 3 years. I've been a part-time trader. I'm looking for ways to automatically exit my trades because I don't have time to exit them. I can get into them, but I don't have the time to sit and watch them go to profitability. So if someone has an auto trader out there, please ping me. Alright, so let's get started. You see the Apex binary scanner on your screen. Right in front of you, you can trade live or demo accounts. You can use this for both. So right now I have 4 markets that I'm trading in, and you can clearly see those. I like this feature about Apex because it lists every trade out and it separates it into its own box versus Nadex. Nadex combines everything in one list and it's very hard to visually see. I like the fact that Apex clearly states how much time is left in the trade. Nadex can get kind of confusing, especially when it gets down to the seconds, because the seconds is messing with your mind. You're trying to figure out how much time you got left in this trade, and the seconds keep ticking and it's getting on your nerves. Sorry, Nadex. So I like the fact that it just tells you how much time you have left without the seconds on it. Alright, so until it gets down to the seconds, then it'll show you. The thing I don't like about it, I wish the text font on the profit and loss was a bit bolder and more colorful, because it's very hard to tell if you're in profit on a trade. It's really hard, especially when you have a lot of trades going on. It's very hard. So that's a negative for me. Positive about Apex Scanner is that it lists every bid and offer that's available for any time frame that's available. I should say that again. It lists all bids and offers for all time frames that are available, and that's a plus. With Nadex, you have to click on a time frame, choose the order that you want, click on another time frame, choose the order you want. Apex makes it simple. You can just enter any trade that you want within any time frame in one screen. Alright? Another plus is the fact that they have this risk and reward. It's clearly out there. Instead of having to open up a ticket and see what the risk and reward is, you can clearly see what the risk and reward is. So on this one, you see a $59 potential risk for a $41 potential gain. Okay. It also shows the proximity. Proximity is how many ticks away you are from the actual strike price. Okay, so some of you advanced people might like that feature. And of course you have your movie ticket, which is the way to get into a trade. And if you are familiar with Nadex, then you know that it looks the same as Nadex minus the 2 buttons here at the bottom. I'm going to show you what a Nadex trade ticket looks like. Sorry, it looks just like this except the 2 buttons. Alright, so Apex has what's called a stop trigger, which is only available in this scanner. The stop trigger is supposed to allow you to monitor a specific price that you want to get in or get out of a trade, and once it hits that price, it takes the trade. I have not used the stop trigger, and the videos that they have on Apex Investing website are not that good because it's based on their old black and white platform. And by the way, this blue and white platform is a way much better improvement than that black and white. So to get back to the basic Nadex platform or ticket, you just click on basic and it goes back. Alright, so the next thing it's a positive and then it's a real big downfall. So it's always something. They have what's called an instant ticket, which is supposed to instantly execute a ticket against Nadex without having to open up the movie ticket. Well, it's dependent on a lot of factors, and when I say that, I've noticed a great lag when executing an instantaneous ticket, especially when I'm trying to close a trade that's in profit. To turn on this lightning bolt, you come on this left hand side and tick this enable instant tickets. You see a little lightning bolt there, and the lightning bolts will appear everywhere. Word of caution: when you are closing a ticket in profit, do not use this lightning bolt or the movie ticket. Go to Nadex and close your ticket there, because let's get into that. Alright, here at the bottom, I don't know if you can see this, but it has the date and time stamp, but it also has a connection, and it tells you what the lag is. So you just saw just a minute ago that it was 402 milliseconds. Now it's 74 milliseconds. This is the estimated order placement time. Apex says that you need to have a very fast internet, which is what I do, 105 megabits per second. You need to be on Ethernet. You need to have the updated version of Chrome, which I have. You need to have cleared your cache very often. And because Apex Scanner uses a Google extension to talk to Nadex, that's where I think a lot of the lag is. It's not a direct connection to Nadex. It uses a Google extension. So in order to use this Apex Scanner, you have to have Google Chrome. And for some of you people that don't like Google Chrome, well, in order to use the scanner, you have to use it, and you have to use this extension. There's an older extension called Nadex Auto Ticket. This newer extension for this blue schema is called Nadex Platform Integration, but it doesn't look like it's working. So I'm gonna go flip over, and I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see if I can find that older one for you while I'm here. So you go into the Google store and type Nadex. Alright, so they're the Apex platform. So both of these are pretty much Nadex. So this one right here is the one that I have installed right now, and it doesn't seem like it's turned on. When I added this one a while ago, it was turned on and running. So I'm going to click on this one to see what it says. Okay, great. So now you can see the old ugly platform that Apex used to have. This is actually the spread. This is their spread layout, and you'll see this graphical interface when I show you the spreads. But I'm going to turn this on and add it here. You're going to see another Apex appear at the top here. Okay. Alright, so now that we've done that, alright, so that's really a negative for me. So the reason I'm saying it's a lag when using that lightning bolt, last week I had a lot of profitable trades for $1 and when I went to use the lightning bolt to close the ticket instantaneously, it was a great lag, and my profits went back to negative, and I lost a lot of money in my demo account. So for anybody that's trading live, I suggest you use Nadex to close your trades. Don't use a movie ticket, and don't use a lightning bolt, especially when you have a great lag here. And also, if you have a slow internet connection, I definitely recommend you go to Nadex. So that's my warning to you. Now I do use the lightning bolt to get into trade. So I'm gonna just show you very quick what it looks like. It's gonna be real quick. It's gonna show place an order message, a blue banner at the top. It goes really fast. So I'm gonna see what the time frame I have. 166 milliseconds. So I'm gonna place this trade. It's place an order. You saw that? You saw how slow it was? So that's what I mean. It's even slower when exiting a trade. I don't know why it's slower exiting a trade than it is entering a trade. So just be careful for all you live traders out there. Alright, that's probably the biggest con that I've seen about this tool. Alright, so let's get into this left hand side. This left hand side offers a lot of things, and the first thing you probably want to set is the order setting. What is order setting? You know how when you click on a movie ticket and you have to set the size of how many contracts you want to buy? Well, if you set the order setting, let's say we set it to 10 here, and click out, and when I click on the movie ticket again, you're gonna see 10 there. So it defaults all my tickets for bids and offers to 10 contracts. So I'm gonna take it back to 1. Alright, the other thing I like about it is the underlying markets here, and also it tells you what's closed and what's not. It also gives you the directions that you can trade. So if you're a directional trader and you only want to see buy offers, you click on the buy button and you see buy, but you don't see sell. You click on the sell, you see bids, but you don't see offers. And you can click any if you want to see both sides. Moneyness is going to be very important. As you can see, I am looking at only in the money trades, and some at the money comes up when it's very close to the strike price. At the money, Apex says that it's within 10 ticks away from the actual strike price. That's what Apex says at the money is for them. I only look at in the money. Sometimes I look at in the money at the money, but I'm an in the money trader. I don't trade at the strike price because it's too risky and it's like flipping a coin. So I don't trade it that way. Alright, you can set period, but I tend to leave all periods because I want to see every bid and offer that's available so I can get in. Like I'm getting ready to get in right here, and I'm getting ready to get in right here and right here. Oops, I just traded one that I didn't want. But notice prices can be different as you go to a different time period. So just keep in mind, you don't have to turn on these things. As you see, I don't have hardly any of these things turned on. And you can set proximity, how far away from the strike price you want to go. You can set potential risk and reward. If I was to set that, I would say 40 to 80. I don't want to risk no more than 80. So, and the advantage is this section right here, these events. Okay, so you can turn on ticks to remove bids that don't have an offer. You can turn on a tick to exclude any trades that appear in the dark zone. For those that don't know what dark zone is, that's the 2 minute. When a trade gets down to 2 minutes, you don't want to. When an expiration gets to 2 minutes, you don't want to buy or sell anything, any new contract in that 2 minute time. You might want to close your trades, depending on if they're profitable, but you don't want to enter a new trade during that dark zone. And also, you know how people complain about this red and blue flashing. Well, you can turn that off by clicking on suppress price change. All of this information and videos can be found on Apex Investing website. Unfortunately, they make you take a quiz for every video. I guess it's their way of making you regain the information that you learned in the videos. I hate it. I had to watch. It's a lot of videos, y'all. So I can't tell you the count, but I know that I had to take a quiz for almost every last one of them. And I really hated it. But it helps you retain what you learn, so All right. The other thing I noticed is when you sign in to Nadex from Apex, it does some quirkiness with Nadex. It makes the open position and working orders disappear. You know, they would normally be open if you're in Nadex. So I'm gonna take this trade right here, $45, and I'm gonna take this one, $29. You see, I'm not closing my trades with Nadex. I'm closing them. I'm not closing my trades with Apex. I'm closing my trades with Nadex, so I can guarantee those profits. It all depends on your internet speed too. So at least I don't have to deal with the lag. I'm directly with the actual platform. So as you can see, I'm closing trades that are in profit. All right. So it takes a minute for the values here to refresh because of that whole lag. So right now it's 77 milliseconds. All right. So the other thing that I don't like is if you have multiple windows open. Let's say I open this gold. All right, and US 500. Okay, with this left side open, you can't see the other windows unless you scroll down. And depending on how many bids and offers and time frames that are available, it may be very hard for you. So what I do is I close this little window on the side, hitting this little caret at the top. If I can get on it. Wow. It won't let me click on the caret. How about that? I'm on Apple, so there. Alright, so the way around getting to see everything is if you're at 100%, you're only gonna see one window. But as you saw, if you change it to 75%, you can do control plus or minus, or you can come in here and the three dots and click on the zoom. You can see I see two at a time. And if I scroll down, then I can see the other two, depending on how many contracts. So you can see I have a lot of contracts for one of these. That's a lot of contracts. Alright, so I'm going to turn off, I'm going to put dollar yen and euro dollar. Those are the ones I trade most of the times anyway. And I'm going to close this window. I would probably recommend showing two at a time because these boxes can't be moved around. That's the downfall. You can't move them around. You can pop them out into a separate window and move that around. It's very slow. As you can see, I can resize it and do whatever I want to do, and the original one is still sitting there. So just to show you how much of a lag it is. Come on. There. Alright, so I'm going to close out of here. Alright, so you can't move these around. You can pop out this top section if you wanted to. You can hide this first row here. So if you're trading on live and you want to create a video, just click on this little power button and it supposedly will hide the values for you. So oh, it's very slow. Sorry, you all. Alright. What is another thing that I don't like? The charts are the same as Nadex. So if I don't like Nadex charts, so if you click on it, it loads really slow. They got two different ones, but it's the same Nadex chart. So I don't know why they got two of the same on here. The other thing is, since I've been using Apex Scanner, I have not been looking at the charts. as I normally would. I don't look at the charts like I normally do. I've just been looking at my reward and risk and reward, and trading that way, and making sure that I'm under the strike price if I'm gonna buy. I tend to buy more than I sell, except in spreads. I buy and sell because I want an overlap for a win-win. If you do use the instant ticket, you see it turns this light green here. I'm gonna click on one again. It just turned green there. Alright, so why do you see all this empty space in here? Well, it all depends on what you have checked on here. So there are prices that don't have an offer. So okay, so this first one says, the second one says minimize to first zero size bid and offer contracts. So what that means is exclude contracts deemed for a long short. These contracts have no bid and no offer depth, and an adjacent to contract with both bid and offer depth. So I would click that one to turn it off, and also I would use exclude contracts with no bid and offer. So watch what happens when I turn exclude contracts with no bid and offer. And then watch what happens when I turn on minimize. So you can see that it removes those contracts with no bid and offer. So you have to turn both of them on to be effective. Alright, the next one is pre-open contracts, which is excluding contracts as soon as the applications are released by Nadex. So if somebody opens an order, you probably don't want to trade somebody that's opened an order trying to get out of a trade. You probably don't want to trade it, so you can exclude those. And again, dark zone is when a trade gets in a 2 minute, when the time expiration is 2 minutes before closing. So I tend to don't trade dark zone. And for those people that are interested in trading the middle contracts, where you can click on this button to show the middle contracts for each time period, and you can trade that. Mind you that you might be trading at the money or out the money on a trade, and sometimes you can trade in the money. So I don't use the show middle contract because I like to trade a little bit below the strike price. You also have a profit and loss simulator. That's more advanced. You can change the actual indicative price. Not quite sure why they allow this, but you're supposed to be able to play around with simulating different indicative prices. So, alright. I don't know if it works with a live environment though. So some of these features may not be available, like the profit and loss simulation may not be available on the live. And like I said, you can't resize any of this stuff. You can learn all about these features on Apex Investing website. So I think that about it. Let me just show you the spreads. I have one spread open, euro dollar. Alright, so I'm gonna place a new trade. Look at the risk and reward on this. I want to place a trade, a spread trade. I'm gonna come in here and click here. I'm gonna buy here, and I want to sell. I want to sell here because I want that overlap. You see, 1.1260, 1.1260. So I have a nice overlap, and this chart shows you that underlying price, profit or loss. So if you click on the points, you can see how much you're losing or gaining. So as long as price stays in between these two, you can see how much money you're gaining. Okay. But if you are a directional trader with spreads, let's say I want to the price is 1.124. So let's say I want to go with 1.124. I probably would trade this one right here if I was a middle trader. 1.1. I would trade this one, so I'm going to click on that one. And yeah, it's supposed to open up your trade automatically, but you can see spreads. It didn't even, when I clicked on instant, it didn't even open up my trade because this one was already existing. So when you're using spreads, that's another downfall. When you're doing spreads, you might just want to come in here, click on the ticket, and go ahead and place your order that way. Mindful you that there is a lag, so 270 milliseconds now. And then I'm going to come up here and issue this ticket. So you can clearly see that instant didn't work at all. Okay, so alright, so let's do it again. Place order. Okay, so it's telling me to log back in. So there's definitely some downfalls on using the scanner, but at least it does if you do want to place a trade. So right now it's 248. That's why it's taking a while to get into a trade. It says that I'm in the trade, but I don't see it. Let me go to Nadex and see if I see it. I don't see that I'm in the trade. So yeah, there's definitely some problems and lags there. Let me try it one more time. I'm gonna try this one, and I'm gonna try this one. Okay, so it placed the buy one, but it didn't do the sell one. I'm not quite sure why it's not doing the sell one. Let me come down in range. Let's do this one, and let's see what happened. Okay, so it did this one, but it didn't do this one. When you're in spreads, I forgot to mention, you have a new column. It's called premium on both sides. You want to space, but there is special attention to premium. You don't want to buy or a bid or a sell or offer. You don't want to sell a bid. You don't want to buy or offer when the premium is negative $10 or higher, or negative $5 and higher. I should say that. I typically buy premiums that are 0, a positive number. Any positive number is great, but you got to be careful. You got to make sure that you're going to be profitable with it. But I try not to go below negative $5. Normally I will trade a negative $2 one. That means you lose $2 immediately upon making this trade. So $2 is gone. Premium is what you pay to get into a trade. So if you ever notice the difference between the offer and the price, is you're paying a premium to get into a trade, and it's normally 10 ticks difference normally, but in this one it's like one. Well, yeah, it's about 10 plus 2, so it's 10 plus 2 plus the 2 you got here. So it's 10 ticks plus the 2 is the premium, so you're losing that. You want to try to find the most positive ones that you can, but you have to be careful, because if you're out of the money or deep out the money, you want to be very careful. So let's say price is 1.25, so deep in the money spread, may be okay. So I might want to take, that's a $2 one. Let's try this one right here for $5. So I got into that trade, but I want to actually look at that trade and just show you. So here's what I mean by positive premium. Notice how the actual offer price is 1.1259, but you're paying less than that to get in. That's what I mean by premium. So you want positive premium, but if you have to go negative, I would not go below -5. I would actually stay around -$2. Okay? And you can learn all about premium on Apex website. Again, you're going to have to watch those videos and take a quiz. Alright. So the moneyness is in the spread or in the money, deep in the spread or deep in the money, in the money, out the money, in the money, out in the money, I'm sorry, in the money, near the money, or at the money, out the money, in the money, or at the money. And it's pretty much the same setup as the binary. You have the same, maybe a little bit different advanced section, so you can see it looks a little bit different. So I'm gonna click on these. All right, so it's more on the binary side because binaries move faster. Okay, I will tell you right now, Apex does not explain this graph. So the best way to just kind of learn it is to watch their videos. Sometimes they talk about it in their videos. From what I gather, when you trade indexes, spreads, when you trade bull spreads, you kind of want to make sure price stays in between. You want to make sure your strike price stays in between the boundaries that you choose. If you are doing a hedge, like buying the floor and selling the ceiling and seeing an overlap, so you can have a win-win. Some people trade directional. I don't trade directional when it comes to spread. I like to buy the floor, sell the ceiling, and create an overlaps for a win-win. But if you hover on the pointers, if price, okay, so if you, by me doing a sell, as long as strike price, which is indicative of this, actually this line right here, this line going up and down, or vertical line, I guess you will call it, and a horizontal. The vertical line is where the strike price is, so that's where the price is right now. Or that's the price that you, I'm sorry, that's the price that you, that's the price that you bought it at. That's the overlap, I'm sorry. That's the overlap in price. I mean, I may not be saying it right, so forgive me. Alright, so I do know that as strike price goes lower, you don't want to go below a certain threshold because you'll start losing profits. So as long as your sell is above this zero line, you will make profits. So 0 is representing another floor, and as long as buy, I'm sorry, I'm saying this all wrong, I think. I'm just learning this, so please go to that video. But I think it's something about sell has to be higher than floor and buy has to be lower than ceiling in order for you to make profits. That's what I was going. Alright, so that's how spreads are. Same deal. You would come over here, hit this little caret if you can, and you can put two side by side here, and you'll see your spreads in the market window that you have open. Alright, and they do have tutorials in here on both. and they will tell you if there's a rollover. That you have futures rollover dates, you have calendar, you have Nadex links. If you need help with this scanner, go to Apex, don't go to Nadex. And just be careful of the number one thing that I said, which is never close a ticket in here. You see how this one is fluctuating to 0 and now it's negative 375. If I wanted to close it at $1 and then it goes negative again, I better do it in Nadex. Don't do it in here because you're going to lose your profits. You're going to lose the trade. So anything that's 0 to $1, go to Nadex and close the trade. That way you can at least guarantee that you're not going to lose that trade. Alright, so please provide me with your feedback. I'd like to hear if somebody has an auto trade. If somebody has an auto trader out there, please hit me up because I'm a part-time trader and I don't have time to sit here and watch these trades go to profit. So you can see I got some profits here. I want something that will automatically close the trades based on a certain dollar amount. So once it reaches $100 or $200, close the trade. And depending on if it's a fast moving trade, then I might say if it reaches $30, close the trade. So please hit me back. This is my first attempt at creating a video about forex trading using Nadex, or binary trading using Nadex. I'm hoping to create more. I'm hoping to eventually talk about binary options. The USD one, that's the one that's CFTC registered. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.